Okay, let's be honest for a second. Is your computer's desktop just a total sea of random files and folders? Don't worry, we're going to fix that. We are about to turn that digital clutter into a super efficient command center. So if you feel like you're constantly fighting with your own files, you are definitely in the right place. Because today, we're unlocking the digital superpowers that you need to take control, once and for all. All right, let's dive right in with your very first superpower, the shortcut. Think of it as your secret weapon for getting to your most important stuff in a flash. I just love this analogy. Think of your actual file, the real thing, as a hidden treasure chest. A shortcut, well, that's not the treasure itself. It's the treasure map. It just points the way, telling your computer exactly where to go to find the real file. It's just a link, not the file itself. So how do you actually make one of these handy little treasure maps? It's really simple. As our little robot guide is showing us here, you just find the file you want, give it a right click, and from that menu that pops up, you just click Create Shortcut. That's it. A new icon will appear, and you can drag that thing anywhere you want, like right onto your desktop for easy access. Ready for a pro move? This method is even faster. You just right-click the file, hover your mouse over Send To, and then select Desktop, Create Shortcut. Whoosh! And boom! Just like that, you've got an instant shortcut right there on your main screen. Now, this next part is something that makes a lot of people pretty nervous. What happens if you delete a shortcut? Well, don't panic. Remember, you are only throwing away the treasure map, not the treasure itself. Your original file is completely safe and sound, right where you left it. Let's do a little time travel. Shortcuts aren't a new idea at all. The whole concept actually dates way back to 1991. It first showed up in Apple's macOS 7 before it became a total staple of Windows 95. So yeah, this handy little tool has been around for a while. Okay, superpower number 2, zipping. If you've ever tried to email a whole bunch of photos and gotten that dreaded file too large error message, well, you're about to learn the solution. The idea behind compressing or zipping a file is just perfectly captured right here. It's exactly like packing a digital suitcase. You take this big, messy pile of files and you neatly squish them all into one tidy package. It makes it so much easier to carry around or to send. And you know what? The process is actually very similar to making a shortcut. You just find the file or the folder you want to squish down, you right-click it, point your mouse to Send To, and this time you're going to choose Compressed Zipped Folder. And boom, a new zipped folder with that little zipper on the icon appears right there. Of course, you also need to know how to unpack that suitcase, right? To unzip, you just right-click the folder and select Extract All. It is really that simple. And hey, speaking of simple file management, don't forget the basics. You can always move your files with a quick cut and paste, or just by clicking and dragging them where you want them to go. Time for some quick facts. In our little history spot, we can see the zip format was created way back in 1989. It was made by a programmer who wanted it to be faster than anything else out there. And here's a really great smart tip. JPEG images, your standard photos, they're already compressed, so trying to zip them won't really make them much smaller. It's kind of like trying to pack an already packed suitcase. Okay, so we've covered the 2 biggest superpowers. Now, let's do a little lightning round of some other essential skills you'll need for totally mastering your files. First up, giving your files good, clear names. You can do it the mouse way, of course, by right-clicking and choosing Rename, but here's the pro tip for you. Just select the file and press the F2 key on your keyboard. Trust me, it is way faster. Sometimes you need to see big picture previews of your photos, and other times you just need a detailed list with all the names and dates. You can easily switch between these views. Just look for the Change Your View button, and you can drag the slider up for big icons or down for neat little lists. All right, time to be a file detective. Ever need to know exactly when a file was last modified or how big it is? Easy. Just open the folder, press the Alt key on your keyboard to bring up the top menu, then navigate over to View and select Details. Now you have all the clues you could possibly need. We are almost done. For our final superpower, we're going to talk about something absolutely crucial, a safety net for those times when you make a mistake. Okay, here is maybe the most important thing to remember about deleting files. They don't just vanish into thin air. They go to the recycle bin first, which kind of acts as a temporary holding area. So if you realize you've made a mistake, just open the bin, right-click the file you need and hit Restore. It'll pop right back to where it came from. Whew. And now for a final, really important warning. Emptying the recycle bin, that's the red zone. Once you do that, those files are gone for good, forever. So always, always be sure. Now, on a much lighter note, a final little tip for your own well-being, always try to work with good lighting to protect your eyes. And with that, your training is complete. You now have the superpowers you need to organize your digital world. So the only question is, what are you going to tackle first?